Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about fear. Now, this was not the original topic I was supposed to be recording about today, but it is something I experienced today. So I wanted to touch on the topic and what I went through, and hopefully some tips that can help you avoid being in the same boat I am and spending an entire day where you have the time to put into what you want to work on and not doing it. The first thing I experienced was procrastination. When there is something you are afraid to do, you will procrastinate and find things that are more important to get done. So for me, that was getting the laundry done, going grocery shopping, doing the dishes, housekeeping, because I had nothing better to do today. I had no plans. I was setting today aside to focus on recording another video for this channel. Now, it's hard to overcome that because by the time you even realize you're doing it, a lot of time has passed, and it's hard to stop once you've gone down that road. Once you've started, once I drove to the store, I'm not gonna just turn around and go back. You have to kind of head it off at the gate and just force yourself to say, no, those other things can wait. This is the most important thing. This is what I set my time aside for, and this is what I'm gonna do. So one of the things I recommend to help with this, more than just brute, will strength and forcing yourself to do it, I put my phone aside. I put my phone in a different room, and I literally will just sit there. I will sit there in silence. I will twiddle my thumb. I will play with a pencil, but I don't let myself do anything else except what I wanted to do or what I should be doing. So that does one of two things. I'm either gonna sit there being bored, and that is gonna be worse than doing the thing I don't wanna do, because I'd rather do something than be bored and sit there and just stare at a wall. So eventually I get so bored that I end up doing what I want to do, or I'm scared to do. And the other thing this does is it reduces distractions. Nothing else is gonna come up. I'm not gonna get a notification on my phone or a phone call from my parents, or even being in the one room, I'm not gonna see my roommates. I'm not gonna have the urge to go do the dishes. I'm not gonna see them. It's not gonna trigger, oh, I should go do this. So I will literally plant myself in a chair and focus on that or nothing else. The other thing you can do to get over procrastination with something that you're nervous about doing is to break it up into chunks. You want to break up the task into reasonable, achievable chunks and tasks that you can get done in 5 to 10 minutes. So for example, me, it would be to spend 5 minutes deciding on a video topic. After those 5 minutes, I'm gonna go take a walk. I'm gonna go do the dishes. When that task is done, I come back. Okay, the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna spend focusing on the 3 main topics I wanna talk about. Break those out. Once 10 minutes is up, once the timer goes off, you're done. Drop it, walk away. Breaking it up in chunks makes it seem a lot more manageable, a lot more doable, and it takes the overwhelming feeling of this huge task off of you. So if you find yourself procrastinating doing a task, I would urge you to try one of those 2 ways to overcome procrastination. The second thing that happens when you're fearful of doing something, or you're putting something off, it's an overwhelming task, you just don't want to think about it, would be overanalyzation, or some people call it analysis paralysis, is you actually start the task, but you make it way more overbearing than it needs to be. The saying, you make a mountain out of a molehill. So the way you feel about the task, that it's overbearing, it is something that's going to take you all day, becomes true. You actually spend a considerable amount of time on tasks that are not benefiting you or helping you get the overall goal done. So for example, in my situation, I had a topic today and I spent 2 hours researching things, one, I already knew, 2, things that led me down rabbit holes to other ideas and videos that were not helping me create the video I wanted to record today. So overanalyzing it takes away from what you're supposed to be doing while you think you're being productive, but you're getting nothing done. You're just fumbling around the idea, you're walking in circles, and then by the time you actually get down to what you needed to do, hours have gone by and you've achieved nothing. So a good way to stop yourself from overanalyzing the entire project would be to catch yourself before you're down a rabbit hole. Ask yourself, is what I'm focusing on right now helping me achieve the goal that I've set for today? If the answer is no, then you really have to take a step back and say, what are the next actionable steps I can take to get me closer to my overall goal? Sometimes that is research. Sometimes that is looking up ideas, getting information, but not to the extent that you're going to be doing it. Overanalyzation can also turn into being stuck on a choice. And what I mean by that is, for my example, would be the video title. Do I like this one better? Do I like that one better? At the end of the day, it's not going to be that big a deal. It's not a monumental thing. It's not something that's going to make or break what is going on and what the overall task is. And I can always change it. To spend a considerable amount of time on something as trivial as the title of a video is again going to take away from my overall goal and what I wanted to achieve. But again, you feel like you're doing something meaningful by focusing on it because it is important to some degree. So a good way to get over that one, I always just make it simple. I literally flip a coin. They're both good ideas at the end of the day. They're both something, that's why I'm debating between them. There's something that I think I want to incorporate. I have found value in. I want to incorporate this into the overall title. I would just flip a coin. It makes the decision, it takes it off my plate, and allows me to get back to what I'm actually doing. So that is what I experienced today while I was trying to film a completely different video for this channel. And I just thought I would share what I would have told myself this morning to overcome these things and actually get some progress done on my first video. You don't want to beat yourself up for not getting anything done. This is actually part of the learning experience, is learning how to work with yourself, how to self-manage, how to understand the emotions you're going through and what needs to get done. And you're learning how to motivate yourself when there's nobody else around. There's no real deadline. I don't have a project due or a assignment that's due on a specific date. It's all self-governed. It's all my own will that I'm trying to put a time frame to. It's funny too, because I'm trying to incorporate the Bible more in my daily life. I'm trying to learn scripture. I'm trying to understand scripture a bit more. And one of my biggest things I'm self-conscious about is that I don't know any verses by memory. I've never even read a few pages of the Bible. I just started about a week ago. But it was funny when I was going through this and thinking about this video, it actually came to my mind that I do have a Bible verse memorized. I use this verse almost every day when I meet with families. I work in death care. I help families that have gone through a loss in their family, and it just occurred to me that a Bible verse I use daily for families grieving is Psalms 56:3, which says that when I am afraid, I will trust in you. So that realization came to me while I was thinking about this video and gave me a little bit of confidence that I actually am one step closer to my goal of being more biblical, getting better to religion as well. So I hope after watching this that it helped you get a little bit closer to achieving whatever you've been afraid to do. Whatever task or goal you've set for yourself that you've been putting off because of fear. There are definitely ways to get past this feeling. and to overcome these barriers and achieve your goal. So good luck on whatever it is you're working on, and God bless. I'll see you in the next one.